It's time for another weekly check-in. Now, we've gone 3 weeks with you checking in and with you kind of learning new principles and hopefully applying them on a daily basis. And again, it can feel very heavy with all the different things that you could be doing it, but I hope that you have seen that how these things can kind of progress and build on each other. This momentum and for you to be in the right mindset. So remember those first few weeks and take some time to reflect on those first few days when you were kind of addressing your vision, your goals, your intentions, your motivations, when you were kind of really coming into this terms of why is this important to me to go this way? What is really recovery looking like, and not just abstinence, but recovery? What am I here to gain? And usually, and I mentioned this earlier, that some week 3 seems to be this place where a lot of people start to struggle and to kind of have a hard time. So if you've been struggling this week, know that you're not alone, and that happens. If you haven't been struggling this week, great, and just keep going forward. My hope too is that you're starting to see the tools and starting to know that as piece by piece you're making some changes, that over the last 21 days, 20 days, you've been adjusting 1% here and there, and you're starting to see that transformation in the way you live your life. And as you are continuing to make these changes and reflect on these things, being aware and conscious of what you're feeling, what you're doing, and how you're doing things and why you're doing things, that this becomes easier and easier to kind of move forward. And as you leave old habits behind, kind of seeing how things are aligning more and more with your values, aligning more and more with what's important to you. And so this week, again, the idea that if you've been struggling, or have you struggled throughout life, like we've talked about forgiveness, we've talked about letting go of those times that you've made mistakes, checking in with yourself and reflecting on the things that you've messed up on, that you've done wrong on, and learning from those enough so that you can make plans on how to replace it, how to make it harder to do those things again, how to kind of make plans to kind of avoid that, and then also what you can replace it with, to celebrate your victories. So maybe you're not 100% where you want to be, but any step, any action, anything that's been a change or an adjustment towards your goals, celebrate those, appreciate those, acknowledge them consistently. Look to them as the hope beacon it can be for you to move forward. It's very important that we have hope that recovery is possible. And so take time today to look at the victories, look at the kind of the lost battles, to forgive yourself for mistakes and for inconsistencies, because that's just human nature. To forgive yourself, learn from those mistakes, and recommit to kind of going forward. Look at the things that you've been writing about, look at the things and commitments you've been making, see if there's anything that you need to continue to apply and to put into practice today, and the next day, and the next day. And as you are continuing to learn principles in this coming week, you will see how they just continue to build on each other so that you can feel more stable, more sure, and more happy and hopeful.